Hello. Pi, come here. Come here. Pi, are you just being shy? Oh my God. She's so cute. I can't stand it. Come here, baby. Come here, sweet baby. Oh, I know. Ouchie. I got right in your armpits. Hi, Nicolette. Oh. Figured this would be a great way to begin with some kitty cuddles. Yep, morning pie. A little apple pie a la mode. She has the most interesting like fur texture on her belly. Like, I don't know if you can see this because of lights and or quality of TV or laptop that you're on. All of her hair is straight. But the hair right here is like wavy. Hi, Stephanie. I hopped on early because last week I was just having a hardest time getting my shit together with the stream. So I was like, I'm going on 10 minutes early just to make sure everything is good. Oh, Pi, you are a hairy baby. You're like the hairiest of babies. You trying to roll out? You trying to get out of here? Okay, there you go. I know, right? More time, more better. Plus, like, I really need to slug this smoothie down. Because I really need calories in order to do this class. Hi, Robin. Welcome. Were you a suggestion from Miss Stephanie? I love that. I like to log on a little early just so that we can talk and hang and people can get their, get their mats, get their space, light a candle, go pee, all the important things you need to do before class. Oh my God, you guys, I am now coated in Pi hair. Pi, my goodness. Oh, how cool! We love crossovers. Yay! Welcome. Yes, Jessica, me too. Yeah, Robin, I live stream this class every single Monday, so be sure to come back next week. Yeah. And I know I post this up for like my Patreon and I put it open for everybody because it is open to everybody. And something that's really cool, I am only 10 people away or 10 subscribers away from having 3,000 subscribers or followers on YouTube, which to some people isn't a lot. To me, it's a big deal. So if you haven't yet, it would just be so cool. I mean, what if we even made 10 subscribers during this class? Like, that would just be so, so, so cool. So on YouTube, if you want, if you can, hit subscribe. Hey, Helly, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, and the good thing, right, Nicolette? The good thing is that even if you're not on my Patreon or you don't follow me on social media or anything, if you subscribe on YouTube, it'll let you know when I'm live streaming again or when I post up stuff. So yeah, it'll be so cool. It'll be so awesome. So let's see. We've got classes going to start in like 4 minutes. And again, this is an intro to Backbends class. So they're going to be relatively beginner friendly, but also Backbends are just not my favorite, to be honest. And so, I mean, I feel challenged every single time I do anything backbendy. So if you feel really challenged by today's class, just know that I am going to be right there with you, struggling to make my way through. But this is a power class, so this will be more strength-based and strength-focused. Know that I encourage people to take breaks or dial things back as often as they want to get through class. So just give yourself a little reminder of that. Yeah. Nicolette, they are hard. Like, I have a couple friends that are just very natural backbenders, and it must be nice. It must be nice. It must be nice being all flexible back there. Like, if there's hip stuff, like open hip stuff, like, call me, I'm there. But so yeah, we're gonna be working backbends all month. Sorry. Not sorry. All at the same time. So, some things that you could use to help you get through this class successfully. I always like to suggest having foam blocks. If you don't have foam blocks, it's not the end of the world. But these are a very affordable prop that is just going to help you no matter what kind of movement you're doing. These are not just for beginners, these are for everybody, so that we can move through things safely or even go into things deeper. So they have a lot of different applications. So we'll definitely use these bad boys. I'm on a yoga mat, but you can be on whatever you want. And because we're gonna get into camel later, and I have some super janky, like, ex-dancer knees. Like, I don't want to call myself an ex-dancer. Like, I still dance sometimes, but sometimes it's really nice to have, like, an extra bit of padding. So if you have a rolled up towel or a blanket that you can snatch up and use for your rodillas, for your knees, it's really great. So we still have a couple minutes before we get rolling and going. Yeah. Pie's back. Hey, baby. Are you ready for class? Are you gonna do class with us? Great. All right, let me slug the rest of this down. up? Look, Pi is ready to go. She's the best. She's like, the mats are out, the lights are on, here I come. Quick thing before we start. There's this amazing person named Annalisa here in class, and they're an incredibly talented performer, and I'm really, really excited to come home to LA in a couple weeks and see them in this amazing show called Tarantina. It's a Tarantino film-inspired show. And I think it's right by Dodger Stadium when I looked up like where it's at. But it's an all-female cast, right, Annalisa? Pretty sure that's what it's about. But anyways, I'm really excited to go. Kumar and I are gonna go see it, and I'm just so excited to see my beautiful, talented friends. We're just gonna have so much fun. I said it all right? Yes. Gotta do the promotion, you know what I mean? Anyways, I think you're gonna do a Django-inspired piece, which is one of my favorite Tarantino movies. Yay! Hi, Shayla. Hi, Shayla, Rose. So yeah, if you're in Los Angeles, please, please, please go see Tarantina. I'll be there. So if you wanna hug me in real life, we can hug in real life at Tarantina. And you can see Annalisa, and you can see my friend Bryn. Remember how I was talking about people that are just backbendy? She one of them. All right, Pi, you ready to go? Let's do this thing. So I stuck a playlist. It's right at the top. If you go up to the top of the chat, it's called Sweet Things Flow. It's got a little bit of everything, all my favorites. A little Portishead, a little Radiohead. Yeah, we like it. We like it. Let's see, how should we start? My legs still feel really tight, so I feel like we should open up our legs a little bit. Hey, Jasmine. So let's lay down on our backs. Lay down on your back. And I'm gonna bring the soles of my feet together and open up my knees nice and wide. We're gonna spend a couple of breaths here, just allowing the hips to passively open. Now, say you're like me and you wanna activate things a little bit. One of my favorite things to do is to just squeeze my butt cheeks in this position. Or even alternate my squeezes. So right now I just have my right butt cheek engaged. Switch, switch. So I'm just kind of like rocking side to side a little bit. One of the really incredible things about your body, and feels a little oxymoronic. I feel like when people think of stretching, they think about muscles being turned off or being really passive. And it's actually a little bit better for your body to have more activation while you're stretching. That way, we're also protecting you from going too far beyond your limits. All right, I'm gonna release my butt cheeks because now they're a little bit tired. Let's spend one more breath in here. And we'll take our hands all the way down by our thighs. We'll close them up like a book. We'll knock the knees together, open up your feet wide. Yeah, so your feet are gonna be like on the edge of your mat and the knees are gonna be knocked together. Let's windshield wipe a couple of times. So knees are just going from your right to your left and they're staying separate. The feet are staying in one spot. You're just kind of rocking from the outer edge of your foot to the inside edge of your foot. Now I want to open up both of the legs. Again, feet are still in the same spot. I want you to show the bottom of your right foot to the ceiling. Maybe you hang on to your pants or grab onto your foot, so you're doing a little half happy baby here. If the left foot feels a little too open, you can always walk it in. Make it work for you. Maybe we even lengthen that right leg out. Yikes. Yikes on 6 bikes. Mama needs a stretch. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Bring your right foot down to the ground. Still a good amount of separation between the feet. Half happy baby on the left. Show the ceiling the bottom of your foot. Like, I'm just getting back into weightlifting and I love it, but also like, man, I just feel like it tightens me up everywhere. So I did a little bit of leg extension here. You don't have to do it. All right, let's bring that left leg back down to the ground. We'll bring ourselves back onto the bottoms of our feet. Now I landed about hip width distance, so try to find your hip width distance. And I'm gonna walk my feet pretty close back towards my glutes. Bridge position, press into your feet, lift your hips. Shimmy your shoulders underneath you so that you're maximizing the lift through your sternum. Lengthen the tailbone down so that you feel an opening into your hip flexors, your glutes feel turned on. Elevate your heels, go up onto those stiletto shoes, start to contract and roll down. So first my upper spine, then my mid spine, then my low spine. Bring the hips into neutral. Let's do it again. Tuck the tailbone, lift your hips up towards the sky. Good. I know I stayed up on my toes for that one. You don't have to. Roll back down, and we're going to repeat this 3 more times on your own pace. Continuous movement. Good. I'm on my last one. Exhale to push up. Take an inhale at the top and exhale, roll it down. Bring both of your knees in towards your chest, fingertips into knee pits. Let's rock and roll. Now you have a few options for your rock and roll. You can roll up and just tap your feet or toes to the ground. If you want a little more control check, try to come up into a boat. That can be with your feet low or your feet or shin bones running parallel to your mat. You can even try without holding on to the backs of your knees. I'm gonna do 3 more. Wee. Last one. And let's cross your shin bones, roll through into tabletop position. All right. Once you make your way onto all 4s, let's get your wrists a little more warmed up. Turn your right hand full external so that the fingertips are pointing back towards your right knee. Now I want you to think about creating your cow back. So this is your cat back. We want to make a cow back. Lean back just a little bit. Good. Neutralize the spine. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Turn your left hand full external. And again, create your cow back. Yes. Good morning, wrists. All right, now I want you to neutralize your spine, bringing the hands back into their original position. Take a breath in, create that cow back again. And then show me your cat. Push into the ground. Create a dome between your shoulder blades. Good, inhale back into your cow. Try to even recruit your upper back. And again, exhale to cow or cat. Go through 3 more times. Cats, cows, what's the difference anyways? Other than literally almost everything. I'm a little bit partial to cats though. Okay, 1 more just like that. Now I want you to keep the cat-like through the upper back, but neutralize the lower spine. I know that's a little bit strange to think about, huh? Now just squeeze the shoulder blades together and separate them. Squeeze, separate. Notice my arms are not bending at all. All we're doing is a little something called protraction and retraction in your shoulder blades. You can do it just like this on your knees, or if you're a total sicko, step back into your high plank and keep going through these scapular push-ups. Yeah, so the scapular muscles are really responsible for shoulder stability. And when we're going into back bends, you know, maybe if we get into wheel, so much of that is going to be about our shoulder stability. So whether you're on your knees or in your high plank, we've got 10 more seconds. Fit in as many of those little squeezes as you can. Woo! Woo! Try to negate too much of like the head doing it. Like, I know it's really hard. It's really hard to do these type of isolations in the body. Last 2. Good, now go back into downward facing dog. You're already halfway there. If your knees are on the ground, tuck your toes, lift your hips. And if you're in your plank, just lift the butt up to the sky. Nice. Now feel free when you're in that down dog, move as much as you need to make friends with the shape. Pedal your legs, wiggle your hips. Maybe even move your torso side to side. That always feels really good to me. And then we're going to try to settle into stillness within your downward facing dog. Do something with your arms for me. Try to spin the eyes of your elbows forward. Yeah, so we're not bulldogs. We're trying to push through the arms straight. When they're in that bilateral flexion through the shoulders, still think about keeping the shoulders down and away from your ears as best you can. Good. Don't worry about heels being on the ground. If anything, try to think about a nice long spine and try to show your butt bones to the ceiling. Good, you're gonna have 2 more breaths there, but I want nice full breaths. Think 3 to 4 second inhales and 3 to 4 second exhales. Yeah, dig deep. 1 more just like that. Very good. Now use your next inhale to lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees. Compress the chest back towards your thighs. Look to the front of your space and step both of your feet to the front of your mat. You're just gonna hang out into a forward fold here. Now reintroduce the softness into your knees, my loves, and let's roll you all the way up to standing. Nice. Bring your arms up above your head. We're gonna do something called arm pumps. Yeah? You're gonna lift your chest and take the arms back behind you. Just like this. Da, da, da. That's it. Relatively easy movement. But again, we're just trying to open up your mid-back up into the upper back. So we've got your lumbar spine, thoracic spine, cervical spine, yeah? We're trying to do a little more opening into your thoracic. So I like to think of this as like happening right around where my bra line is, if I'm even choosing to wear a bra today. Last 5, 3, 2, and 1. Open up the chest, fold forwards, opening up your arms the whole way down. Good. Show me a halfway lift. Lengthen out through your spinal column. And then forward fold, plant your hands. Now listen, I want you to lower down onto your shin bones from here. Sit the hips back towards your heels. Stack the shoulders over your hips. Left hand comes behind you. Press through the hips, reach your right arm up and back. It's kind of back at an angle. Take yourself all the way back through center. And let's do the same thing on the other side. Right hand plants, push through the hips, lift. Now, if the ground feels like hella far away, this is where a block can come really in handy. Yeah? Look how much arm it's giving me. Whee! Switch. Push. So a lot of ways to make this a lot more friendly. Keep going side to side. Good, let's do one more to the right. And one more to the left. Take yourself all the way back to center, adjusting into tabletop position. Walk the knees back and pitch your hips forward so that you're in a modified high plank. Widen the knees a scotch, kick your heels in towards your butt. Bend your elbows towards 90 degrees. Push yourself up and back, lengthening out like you're going into like a child's pose, but your butt's still kind of high. And then we're gonna take it back forwards and repeat. Good, little child's pose, chaturangas. Again, knees are on the ground, right? But if they're being little jerks, stick a towel underneath it. Know also that if you're still building strength, you don't have to take the arms to 90. Even if you're right here, but all your technique is good, the shoulders are squeezed in, the abs are squeezed in, I'm happy with that. Last 3. Last 2. And 1. Let's take ourselves forwards again. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, high plank. Exhale, bring it back into downward facing dog. 5 breaths, reset, because we're gonna take it more into a flow space. Yeah. And if anybody told you that down dog is a resting pose, they're a total jerk, because it's not. Yeah? Sometimes when I'm streaming class with my husband and he's like, you held us in down dog for a really long time. And I'm like, I'm sorry. So I know this can be a really intense space to hold in. You've got one more round of breath. Nice. Use your following inhale to lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, compress. Good. Inhale, make your way to the top of your mat. Show me your halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way to standing. Add in a slight back bend. Think about lifting through your chest. And exhale, forward fold, take it down. Halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, high plank. Glide forward, knees can touch. Bend the elbows to 90 degrees or closer to it. You can come all the way down and do your low cobra, level 1. Or move through your upward facing dog. That's that next level shit. Exhale, take it up and back. Downward facing dog. Now know that any of those modifications apply as you're going through this flow. We're gonna repeat this 2 more times. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Travel to the top of your mat. Meet yourself in a halfway lift. Nice long spine. Good, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Adding in more of that upper spine, back bend. Exhale, forward fold, take it all the way down. Good, inhale, halfway lift. Nice long spine, think capital L. Forward fold, plant your hands, step back, and move through chaturanga, modified chaturanga, or you can even omit it completely. Good. From that down dog, run through that sequence one more time. I know you know it, but I'll say it again. Heels nice and high, bend your knees, look forward. travel to the top. You can even start to incorporate hops, trying to get light on those hands. Halfway lift, exhale, fold. Good, rise all the way up to standing. Little back bends, forward folds. Half lifts, fold to plant, chatas. Again, hop backs can even happen. Upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Once more, resetting in 5 breaths with the option to intensify the feeling in the shoulders by bringing the forearms down to the ground. Now, one thing I want you to be mindful of, if you're choosing to place the forearms down for dolphin pose, try to avoid the elbows bowing out too much. Think of them as working in 2 right angles. If you're wearing long sleeves like me, it's really hard because I like to use my skin to kind of lock myself onto the ground. Shoulders push back. Yeah, it's much more intense. 2 more breaths. Good. We're going to meet back in our down dogs in 3. Good. In 2. And 1. From your downward facing dog. 3-legged. We're going to lift our right leg up towards the sky. And I want you to watch your toes. Make sure that they're still pointing straight down for this breath in. Then with your exhale, open the hip and bend into the knee should you like it. Square everything off, lengthen through that right leg again. Exhale, knee to nose, step through into your low lunge. Take an inhale, dip your hip flexors down to the ground because hip flexors are as a part of back bends as the back is. Exhale, step to the front, forward fold. Halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, fold. Let's rise all the way up towards a standing position. And we're going to balance on your right foot. Lift up your left leg for me. Hands can come underneath your hamstring, or you can even find the front of your shin bone. Now, I like to test myself, can I do all that and keep my grounded leg still straight? Good, if you've got a hold of the shin bone, see if you can really hug that leg in and maybe even think back bend into the upper body. Feel that sense of lift through the chest. Breath in. Good, everybody with your exhale, we're gonna step back into a low lunge. Hands are gonna come down to the ground. Pivot this left heel down. Right heel is gonna bisect left arch. We're into your low side angle. Left arm is going to reach up. Block can come underneath your right hand, or you can rest it on top of your right thigh. Activate your hips. Pull the hips underneath you, recognizing that this is still your center and this is still your core space. Take a breath in. Exhale, bring it up to your warrior 2. Flip your right palm, reverse warrior. Get a hell of a lot of space into your right side body. Great, with your exhale, we're gonna come all the way back down into your low lunge. Right foot is gonna step back or it can extend back. High to mid plank. That ekapada variation is just another level up. Downward facing dog. Lift the hips. Left leg lifts. Again, nice and square. The toe is trying to turn down for the entire breath in. Exhale, open the hip, bend into your left knee. Try to stay square through the shoulders. Square everything off. Pull knee to nose, step through low lunge. Try to push into the ground so that you can step it through as clean as you can. Good, right foot steps forward, forward fold. Half lift, forward fold. Rise all the way up to standing. And we're gonna balance on your left foot. Right leg is gonna lift. Hands again can support underneath the leg. And one other modification that you can do if even this is a little challenging, you can literally grab a towel or a strap and like hold your leg. You can even put the foot on a block. If you are a shin grabber, grab the shin. Maybe you think about really hugging that leg in and lifting. Looking up to the ceiling. Ooh, it's a toughie. Take an inhale. And with your exhale, let's take a big step back to low lunge. Notice how strong this left leg wants to be for that transition. Right heel pivots. We're going into our low side angle. Right arm is reaching up. Hand can be on a block. Arm can be all the way up onto the thigh. Notice the space I'm trying to create here because I want, again, my pelvis to be right underneath me instead of sticking out behind me. As much as this can be pleasing to the eye, we want to be protecting the joints here. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring it up to your warrior two. Not so bad. There we go. Left palm flips. Reverse. Oh my God. Side body's feeling like ass today. Bring it all the way down. Left leg can step or extend back through your high to mid. Upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Now let's walk our hands to the back of our space. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Chair position with feet hip width distance. If you just have to have them together, I'm not going to stop you. I'm not the chair police, okay? Try to think about lifting from the upper spine. Biceps by the ears. Take a breath in. Exhale, forward fold, take it down. Halfway lift, lengthen. Great, walk it forwards into your high plank position. Take your knees down to the ground, sit the hips back towards your heels. Let's add on that little camel sweep again. Lift through the hips. And do it to the other side. Lift through the hips. Back through center, walk yourself forward. And then let's bring you all the way down to the ground. All right. This is where the back stuff and me stop becoming friends. All right, I want you to peel up your heart. You're in your low cobra, yeah? Add a lift of the feet and reach your arms forward. We're gonna hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax it down. If your pubic bone's feeling a little crushed, rock your hip side to side because mine's feeling a little smashed right now. All right, let's do that 2 more times. We're gonna try to do 10-second holds. Excuse me, water bottle. Everything up, everything lifts. Squeeze and elongate for 8, 4, 3, 2, release. Oh my God. Final round. You got this. Lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, release. Slide the hands all the way back by your side. Power version. Push yourself up from the ground into a high plank. Then back into down dog. Nicer version. Push yourself into tabletop. And then back into down dog. From this down dog, let's lift our right leg up. Pull the knee in towards your chest, step through low lunge. Instead of just stepping forward, we're gonna step all the way through into our single-legged mountain. Bend into the left knee. Push yourself all the way up. Bam! Hand can again come under leg, front of shin. Give it a lift. Nice. Now take yourself forwards, and I want you to bend your standing leg, sweep the arms back, and extend your left leg back. Activate the upper back. We're going to step back into a low lunge in 3, in 2, hands down, foot down, low side angle. Left arm reaches up. If you want it, take a bind. Take a full bind. Open up your chest to the sky. Now hips got to be strong to get to warrior 2 from here. If you have a bind, release it. Bring yourself all the way up. Let's go into reverse trikonasana. Straighten through your front leg, reach the right arm up and back. Great. Low lunge, take it all the way down. Once you frame your right foot, instead of just stepping back, we're going to go into a standing split. Blocks can come underneath your hands to make life a lot easier. They can be any level. Five seconds. All right, bend your standing leg to step back. Right leg escapes, high to mid, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Left leg lifts. Good, big knee to nose, step through to your low lunge. All the way up into our standing position from here. Hands under, hands on the front. Give it a little lift. All right. Start to come forwards, bend your standing leg. Extend the right leg back and extend your arms back. Try to activate the upper back. You're here for 3. Last 2. And 1. Big step back and move right away into your low side angle. If you want binds, wrapping the arm around you and or wrapping the arm underneath you. Notice that once I go for that full grip, I want to try to lean back into my leg. You're here for 3. Last one, up into your warrior 2. Strong thighs. Reverse trikonasana, so your front leg is going to straighten. Triko is triangle, so always think my legs are looking like a triangle. And let's take it all the way down to your low lunge. Standing split. Right leg lifts any amount. Hands can come onto blocks. All right, bend your standing leg, step it back again. High to mid. Upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Reset again. Elbows can come down. Remember this guy earlier? Your dolphin pose can turn into something much more interesting from here. Pincha Mayurasana is an arm balance. That also can be very backbendy should you choose to take it. I like to lift one leg at a time, lean, and then push my shoulders back. Now it can be a little scary because of a million reasons, but you can always do this with your back facing a wall. It's really awesome. Walls are fantastic tools. Utilize your tools. So if you're playing with that inversion, You've got about 10 more seconds until we meet back in our down dog. You got it. You got it. Last 3. Last 2. Good. Last 1. From your downward facing dog, right leg lifts. Again, knee to nose, step through low lunge. Up into your single-legged. Now left arm is going to come down by your side. We're actually going to add in our dancer's pose or Natarajanasana now. Place the inside of your left foot or ankle into the palm of your hand. You want to have a hitchhiker hand, so you want your thumb pointing back, arm and external rotation. Feel the inner thighs zip together, the tailbone lengthen. Then start to kick into the hand. Leaning forwards happens when you're all out of kick. Constantly try to point your left hip down. Good. Stay with it. 5. Last 2. Good. Last 1. Take that left leg back. Again, either underhand grip, front of shin bone, and get your lift. See if you can push that level a little bit. Great. Let's move into our bent leg, warrior 3. Big extension. And take that step back, low lunge. Low side angle. If you want it, take your binds. Now something I really like to do when I'm here in these binds is playing with my triangle legs a little bit. Try a little bend and extend through that right leg. See if you can keep the chest open to the ceiling. Great. Let's bring it back. Warrior 2. Reverse trico. Take it all the way down to your low lunge. Standing split. Standing split can stay right here. Y'all know I always like to offer it because it's available, but handstand practice is always a great way to turn a power flow into a wow, that was really a power flow, yeah? So you can do that a couple ways. You can just practice hops. You can practice that by pressing, lifting, and coming forwards. This can echo the same shapes you were practicing in your pincha. Now, something I like to do when I'm in my handstands is add this into my chaturangas. Extend and lower. Upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog. Let's go with the left side, shall we? Left leg, lift it up. Knee to nose, big step through low lunge. Whew. And all the way up into our standing position we go. Now, the right arm is going to be down by our side so that we can go into our Natarajanasana, dancer's pose. This is my, what's the word? Because I'm breathing really hard. So again, hitchhiker, give me a ride. Put that foot to the inside. Focus on one thing that's not moving. Kick into the hand. And when you're out of kick, then move into the shape. Last 3, 2, And 1, bring it up. Underhand, front of shin. Give me another standing back bend. Ooh, if you're like me, my foot is feeling that. All right, big extension back, bent leg, warrior 3. Down into your low lunge. That's like all my left foot could handle. If you went a little longer, go a little longer, because old TL couldn't hang. Now, if you're working through these binds with me, cool. We did a couple of leg extensions in those binds. Bound triangle ain't nothing to fuck with. So if you want to fuck with it, ooh, I believe in you, and I know it's a tough one to do. Can feel pretty scary. All right, let's bring it back. Move into your warrior 2. Reverse Trikonasana. All the way down into your low lunge. And then into your standing split. Wee. Now standing split, again, you can just be here, suffer. Life is suffering. Or if you practice your handstand hops, bottom leg bends and hops. For presses, I like to walk the hands a little closer. Press straight, lift, and lean. Now the best advice I can give, don't mind my struggle handstand right now, is that you want your legs to feel as strong as your arms. And by strong, I just mean engaged. So we don't want floppy legs. Don't forget to breathe. And if you utilize the transition from a handstand back, try it out. All right. Now once you're in this down dog, you can take a proper break. Knees down, child's pose, yada, yada. You can also go back into your dolphin position, forearms go down. Keep practicing your inversions from that space. Yeah, either of those options applicable. Because we're gonna go into our last pieces of this flow now. We've made it 45 minutes already. Yay, you're doing it. I'm feeling spicy, guys. Feeling very spicy. Ready to go through the last one? Final smoothie sip, let's go. I want to add like something right into the beginning of this one because, yeah, I want to get to camel and I want to give you guys some advanced camel into wheel options, okay? Because even though this is an intro to backbends, again, this is still a power flow. All right, you guys ready? You ready? All right, let's go into downward facing dog. All right. Now, from that downward facing dog, lift up your right leg. It's been a hot sec since we did the open hip, so let's bring it back. If you want a little extra sensation, bring your left forearm down to the ground. So that makes it pretty focused in that left hamstring. If you want the bigger back bend focus, drop the right foot behind you, push and rotate. Even further applications, I'm a little stuffed next to my wall. You can roll all the way into your wheel. See the ground. Plant the hand and adjust the left hand. Now to come back from this, you can always just lower your hips or start to turn the left hand back to kind of where it was pointing so that you can make your way back into your three-legged dog. Need to know is big step through low lunge. Up into your single-legged. Good, take it into your dancers one more time. Dancer's variation, mermaid style. Put the foot in the crook of your elbow. Try to make a little grip here with the hand. Love this one, it's so pretty. Great, let's bring it back through. Hey, you know what we haven't done in a while? Pistol squats. Let's try one. Yay! Bring the knee in, add your little back bend. Yikes! Take it through your bent leg, warrior three. Nice, big step back, low side angle. You want to try your binds again? Try them again. Great, let's take it back into your warrior two. Reverse Trikonasana. All the way down into your low lunge. Final standing split on this side. Maybe final handstand. My body is like, bitch, why are you even trying me today? All right. Moving your way through and back into down dog. Final flow, holy smokes. Left leg lifts, hip opens, okay? If you tried it, right forearm comes down. If you tried it, maybe you do both. Foot drops behind you, push through the hips. Maybe you go all the way around. Good, to come back, move the right hand back to where it needed to go. Left leg up. Need to know, step through. Rise all the way up to standing. Final dancers. Capture. Kick. If you tried that mermaid variation, crook of the arm. I want it like in that good spot, you know? All right, let's release it. Remember I was a jerk on the other side and made us do pistols? Let's try it. Guys, I gotta do it. Woohoo! Final little back bend. And through to your flying VR3. Big step back, low side angle. Man, this one's beating my ass today. Binds. Up into your 2. Reverse trico. We're so close. All the way down. Final standing split. Final hops. Attempts. And working through chatas. Oh my God, did we survive? Does everybody have their limbs attached still? I do, barely. Take a little water. We're gonna go through our final shape. Yay. So camel pose or Ustrasana is gonna be our final shape here. And if you're feeling super dizzy or super poopied, maybe not try this one, but you can definitely try like the intro parts of it, yeah? So again, I like to really pad up my knees so that when I'm standing on my knees, I feel comfortable. Extra padding available, I just pushed it away. Toes tuck. Blocks can be really handy here too. They can be right back here with you. Now support your hips, push the hips forward. You want the hips to stay over your knees the entire time. Unless of course, we're doing hingy shit. Eyes can stay forwards. I recommend that if you're feeling dizzy, or they can start to look up. You can start to look back. You can find your blocks. You can find your heels. But notice I want to push the hips back forwards. So we're going to try that camel pose for 5 more seconds. Good, last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Great, have a seat. Collect yourself. I want to give one more variation to the homies that want the extra spice. This transition is sketchy, it is scary. Going from your camel back into wheel, yeah? So if you tried wheel earlier and it was feeling really good, you're feeling confident, or maybe you can even just play with wheel on its own, but the transition from camel into wheel requires you to do a hinge, yeah? So hinging just means we're going back like this, yeah? Now think, holy shit, what has to happen for me to get into wheel? Well, I like to start with tucked toes. Go for your hinge, and if you can see the ground, you can make it to the ground, yeah? So I like to do this big sweep. Let me breathe. All the way back. And push through, yeah? Making it back. Usually I've got one good one because I don't want to black out. Holy shit. It's a big one, huh? Now, if you're trying that, you can play with it. If you want to go for one more camel, you can go with it. Or if you're ready to settle down like I am, let's have a seat. Soles of the feet come together. Remember, just like we started, except this time we're seated. And let's hinge it forwards. Let the low back open. This is a really good counter for back bends. And we'll bring you back up. We're gonna go into Paschimottanasana, seated fold. So this time legs go forwards. One more breath. And we'll bring it up. Let's scoot the hips forward. Roll yourself down onto your back. And we'll go legs up the wall, which you can literally go on a wall and do this and just chill. It's probably the best thing in the world. Or my favorite top back bend counter move, shoulder stand into plow position. So hips are gonna pike up and lift. Yeah. Legs are gonna come up above the head. So you're doing this big curling motion. If that sounds really nice, but the hip lifting is just not happening for you, grab a block, pop it under your back. And this is creating a similar sensation. If you want to make it even better, like do this, but with your legs literally against a wall. That's the shit right there. So wherever you are, any of those shapes, we've got 5 more breaths. If you came this far, don't leave before the dessert, because that's coming next. All right. If you're in this plow position, favorite way to come on down is a slow pike. Letting each spine, each piece of your spine, each vertebra make its way back down. Stretch yourself out. If there's something I left out for you, a quick twist, do that. But if you're ready, slide those shoulders underneath you and meet me in this final shape. Let the breath find a natural rhythm. Relax your jaw. Take your tongue away from the roof of your mouth. And absorb everything that you just accomplished in this final shape, known as Shavasana, or a final meditation. Take 5 more breaths. And then I want you to bring both of your hands right towards your navel, right at your center, right at your core. And I want you to express gratitude for your body, this incredible meat suit made of stardust, for getting you through this past hour and for getting you to this moment in your life. Express gratitude for your space, any others around you, and know that I am incredibly grateful to guide you. Thank you, everyone, for coming today to another Power Flow live stream. Whew. Yowza. Thanks, Sharon. Ooh, it got sunny in here. Let me turn this down a bit. Oh. Wow. Me too, Stephanie. I feel like I just went through a tenderizer. Look at my hair. Whoa. Natalia, thank you. That was rowdy. The spine left the chat, but you had great Wheel of Fortune action. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, it was the Wheel of Fortune, but a medieval torture device. Yay, thanks, Lumi. Thanks, Jelena. Thanks, Isamar. Oh, it's so great to have all of you. Thank you for joining me wherever you're joining. I know some of you are just coming in from all over the world, and I can't express how incredible and how grateful I feel every single day. Thank you guys so much. It's such an honor to teach you. Like, genuinely, I'm not just saying that, like, for real. Me too, Annalisa. Just like one more Monday till I get to see you. Thanks, Julia. I'm looking strong over there. Thanks, boo. Trying to get strong like you, but I can't do like back handsprings, you know? Thanks, Shayla. Oh, you're so welcome, Jessica. Great job, you guys. So next classes, they aren't on YouTube, they're on Zoom. So we'll have our Thursday Beginner's Flow. Patreon exclusive, so if you're not on there yet, hop on, join us. And then we're doing a Friday night core flow. So it's a yoga Pilates mashup. Yay, thanks, Lumi. Yeah, and then we'll have, of course, next Monday, but the Monday after that, because I'm going to be traveling home and coming back, I'm going to take that following Monday off, okay? Because it's been a minute since I took a little break. Let me tell you the date so that I'm like, whoa, I'm like shaking. Holy shit, that was a good one. So the 21st, we won't have class. Heidi! Thanks, Heidi! Happy Monday! Dragon Goddess. I love that. Thank you, Heidi. You too, Nicolette. Whew. Spice of life, y'all. Spice of life. Yeah, so I know I mentioned it earlier, but if you're in LA, my dear friend Annalisa is going to be doing this amazing Django themed piece in Tarantina show. So look up Tarantina on Instagram, support her show. I'll be there. So if you want to say hello, IRL, see you there. Bisous, Heidi. Yeah, it'll be great. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you this Thursday, beginner's flow. I'll need it after today. Yeah, thank you, Jessica. Yeah, it'll be nice. Probably what's going to happen is I'm going to be like, I miss them, and I'm going to be sad, but I'm going to tell myself that I still have to rest. Yeah. All the classes will be the same that week, though. It's just that one Monday, and everything else will be back to normal. Yeah. It's going to be great. So, for the rest of your day, make sure you drink your water. Make sure that you're resting too, and eat food that makes you feel happy. Because our bodies need the fuel. We gotta fuel this little machine. You guys are great. I look forward to seeing you again. I'm gonna close down the stream. But yeah, have a beautiful Monday, a beautiful rest of your week, and I'll see you guys next Monday if I don't see you before that.